All right, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Hope everybody's having a nice Thursday. Hope everybody Wednesday went well. We had a pretty nice day. Pretty decent day if you ask me. It was nice actually, not decent. A lot of home runs that we called out went. Like a lot of people went. Especially that last game. I told y'all how I feel about Bilal. I love the guy, but Ryan O'Hearn is my go-to guy. Had a couple people cash yesterday, called it straight yesterday. Didn't really bet a lot. I think I've just been like mentally drained or just I don't know, just mentally tired. So I haven't really been like playing a lot of slips, to be honest with you guys. I've just been chilling. Whenever I feel it or I'm feeling it, then I'll start going crazy on the slips again. But as of right now, I'm not really feeling it. But small slate today, 9 games. Got a few early games. This schedule is kind of all over the place. I hate when the schedule is like this, but as usual, we go over 5 vulnerable games. We go over the games in a timely order. I'll tell you guys the stat, tell you guys the danger batters, and I'll tell you guys my favorite. Do it in that exact order for every last game. I'll start it off with the very first vulnerable game for the day. It is Minnesota at Texas. Jack Leader. Um, got Joe Ryan versus Texas and Jack Leader versus Texas. Jack Leader has allowed 4 home runs the last 5 games, 7 to lefties, 5 to righties, 17 to left, 13 to right. Now, giving it up pretty much to lefties and righties, so he doesn't really have a favorite. 4 home runs given up the last 5 games. Um, their danger batters is Byron Buxton, Cody Clemens, Ryan Brooks, Lee, Royce Lewis. Their stack is Byron, Cody Clemens, Brooks Lee, Ryan, Royce Lewis, Trevor Leonard, Tyler Fetco, Tristan Gray, Josh Bell. So Stack, Byron, Cody, Brooks, Byron, Cody, Brooks, Royce. We go Byron. Actually, let's look at this now. It's something I want to look at today. We got time today. Excuse me. I want to see exact location. And this is Brooks. I'm looking at Cody Clements. Cody don't look bad today, actually, to be honest. Yeah, probably just go with these three. These four. 3-4. We know Byron Buxton is the chalk go-to guy, has a home run against the pitcher as well. Could be the day Byron Buxton get it done. Should be the day he gets it done. Playing in the dome as well. No weather to deteriorate from this. After Royce Lewis as well, having faced the pitcher, has a home run against the bullpen though. Uh, trying to see if there's potentially somebody else that's faced this pitcher. Josh Bell don't look too bad as well, to be honest with you. I'll say personally, um, Trevor Leonard is your heat check, but between Brooks Lee and Josh Bell, you can make your choice on them too. Byron, Cody, Royce Lewis is kind of stamped. Byron is the chalk go-to guy. Um, I would say Royce Lewis. Josh Bell, launch angle pull. Brooks Lee, launch angle pull. Slight lower pull. Pass no pull. Pass pull. Pass pull. I'll say Byron Buxton. Um, Josh Bell. Cody Clemens. And then you can go Brooks Lee or Royce Lewis. Only reason why I'm doing that is because he has no pull. Um, he has no pull or no launch angle right now, and no EV. So going with Byron, Cody, Josh Bell. Then you can go Royce Lewis or Brooks Lee. Even when you're feeling for a sleeper, it's not a bad choice. They all look good today. Joe Ryan versus Texas. 5 home runs allowed the last 5 games, 7 to left, 1 to right, 23 to left, 11 to right. That lead off. But actually, let me see for Jack real quick. Sorry. 2, 4, 5. So definitely Cody Clemens. I don't think they'd be having Brooks Lee at the 4. I don't think that's his normal batting spot that he like batting. Yeah, no, like batting second or eighth. That eighth spot has a few home runs. Cody Clemens, that's third. Third spot has home. Well, so it'd probably be Buxton, Brooks Lee, Cody Clemens, and Josh Bell at the 4. Maybe keep Josh Bell at the 6th. Oh, they're gonna put him at the 5. That's actually good. Buxton, Brooks Lee, Cody Clemens, um, Josh Bell, and Royce Lewis. Royce Lewis at the 4, I think. Royce Lewis at the 4 or 5, either one. Performing in both. So, um, yeah, Byron Buxton. We already said the official from that side. I was just looking at spots. So Joe Ryan gave up 5 home runs, 7 to left, 1 to right, 23 to left, 11 to right the past 2 years. Stack is Jock, Elias Diaz, Jake Berger, Justin Foscue, Kyle, Iggy Siaka, however you say his name. Stack is Jock Peterson, Jake Berger, Elias Diaz, Brandon Mo, Cal. I'll say Jock, Jock keeps getting pulled like a few days late as well. No, he went 2 days ago. Yeah, he went 2 days ago. Not a bad look. Look pretty decent against the pitch mix. Is lefty on righty. Joe Ryan is a solid pitcher. Yeah, he can get you around 6 Ks. Gives up home runs though for sure. 5 home runs allowed the last 5 games. So we know for sure Jock Peterson, Elias Diaz. Elias Diaz is more on the sleeper side, long shot side. Jake Berger has 100% K rate. Um, I personally, this is personally, and hear me out when I say this, and listen real carefully and clearly when I say this. I personally will take Josh Jung, Brandon Nimmo, Jock Peterson. You can swap somebody out for Elias Diaz. That's what I'm gonna say. Jake Berger just have a super high K rate for me, not liking that Justin Foscue high K rate against the pitch mix. Jake Berger has a high K rate against the pitcher. Brandon Nimmo is making contact. Um, has a 50% K rate within 2 at bats. So Wyatt Lane for having faced him. Jock Peterson is pretty decent against them. 33% K rate, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. So that's the reason why we're going with that stack. Just going with Jock Peterson, Elias Diaz, Brandon Nimmo. Swap Elias Diaz out for Wyatt Langford if you want. I'm moving over to the next vulnerable game. Doing this in a timely order, timely order, timely order. Okay, New York Mets versus Philly. Uh, we have Sean Mania versus Philly. Lefty versus righties and lefty versus lefties, but he mainly gives it up to righties. Only gave up 2 home runs to lefties this year, 4 to righties. 3 to lefties the past 2 years, 16 to righties. No, we want a righty. Derek Hill's getting pulled. I see his name in the but their top batters is Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Brandon Mars, Gabriel Ricones Jr., Bryson Stott. Your stack, my bad. Your Philly stack is Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Brandon Mars, Gabriel Ricones Jr., Edmund Sosa, Derek Hill, Alec Bohm, Bryson Stott, JT Realmuto. Cal, it's screaming at Cal. Bryce Harper, Brandon Marsh. It's the top 3 people. Cal Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Brandon Marsh. We also have Stott. So what I'll say is, um, Stott is kind of on the straight bet side. Plus 800, plus 600. You can straight bet him if you're liking him. Same thing with Gabriel. It's lefty on lefty. Don't really give it up to lefties. But if you're willing to risk it, you feel like he can do something. Is a bullpen pitcher. They possibly can get him out. Haven't given up any home runs the last 3 games though. So they can get him out early. You probably see a different pitcher, which gives Gabriel Racon, Schuler, and Bryson Stott a little bit more open window. Keep it with Cal Schwarber as usual, Bryce Harper as usual. Even though he don't give it up to lefties, he is out of 2 lefties that have cranked off of him. Um, but going back to our righty wave, want Alec Bohm for sure. Day late, Alec Bohm. Tried to go yesterday. I think he had a ground rule double. Derek Hill, sleeper. Could be the day that he does it. Righty on lefty gives it up to righties. Could be the day that he do it. But we've been saying look out for Derek Hill. He's trying to get his first one with the team, so could be the day Derek Hill does it. Evan Sosa has a home run against the pitcher as well. Righty, 25% K rate, doubles, triples, hits, whatever you want. Evan Sosa seemed like the guy that can get it done. So Sosa, liking Ali Bone. We even JT Remuto is super cold against the pitcher, 55K rate. So I'd say Alec Bohm, Edmund Sosa, Derek Hill. We have our usual Cal Schwarber, Bryce Harper, B Marsh that looks nice. Your usual go-tos, but stand away from lefties today. Potentially only go with Schwarber and Harper if we're going with the lefties. If we're going anybody else, I'll say Derek Hill, Edmund Sosa, Alec Bohm. That's your stack as well. Cal Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Brandon Marsh, Gabriel, Evan Sosa, Derek Hill, Alec Bohm. So Evan Sosa, Derek Hill, Alec Bohm, like I'll say for me. Wind is blowing out 15 miles an hour to center field, so that is lovely for us. Aaron Nola versus New York Mets, 7 to left, 6 to right, 21 to left, 10 to right. 4 home runs allowed the last 5 games. My bad. I don't know why I keep like. So we got Juan Soto. Our danger batters is Juan Soto, Eric Wagman, Jared Young, MJ Melendez, Mark Vientos. The stack is Juan Soto, Eric Wagner, Jerry Young, MJ Melendez, Mark Vientos, Francisco Alvarez, Carson Bench, Boba Set, Marcus. This pitcher is super vulnerable. Pitcher is super vulnerable. Juan Soto has a hit off of him, has 2 home runs. Got walked 16. Jesus Christ, bro. This guy got walked 16 times by this man. 4 times this year already. Take this guy for a walk. Take him for a walk in a home run, but it seems like we're walking in the park with my boy Juan Soto. Eric Wagman's not a bad choice, but high K rate righty on righty, not really doing up. Righty 0 home runs against righties this year. Jared Young has a home run against the pitcher. Um, Within 2 at bats, he was able to learn him and crank him. Loving that. Loving that. I am completely loving that, to be honest with you. And somebody crank within the first 2 at bats and a youngster like Jared Young, I'm saying that like I'm old, bro. But Jared Young, man, not really a lot to go off with that guy. Being that he cranked within the first 2 at bats is amazing. Boba Shet has a home run off the pitcher. Um, Marcus is trying, he's flying out. So I'll say this. Our usual go to Juan Soto, go to guy, love the guy. We almost like go to him pretty much every day. He's the big guy, big hitter for the team. But as usual, let's change it up. We got Juan Soto, um, Garrett Young. I feel like Bo will be the top 3. Um, Even with your stack, Juan Soto, Eric Wagner, Jerry Young, MJ Melendez, Mark Vientos, Bo being at the bottom. I feel like Bo, um, Garrett Young, and yeah, Francisco Alvarez would be a nice. I feel like the same as yesterday, to be honest with you. Just to be real with you. Marcus Simeon Bo, and then Jerry Young. You can take Juan Soto. He's the chalk. Francisco Marcus Bo seems like a good go-to for today again. Mark Vientos you could take. Don't look bad against the pitcher. Has hits, making contact. Only struck out once. Juan Soto. kind of like the go-to guy, I would say. Home run against the pitcher, 2 home runs against the pitcher. We just know he has a super high walk rate. They walk him like a dog every day. 1 walk, 2 walks, 2 walks, 1 walk. So it looks pretty solid for Juan Soto on a walk. You can possibly straight bet that at 20-30 on that, to be honest with you. I know I am for sure, 100% for sure taking Juan Soto for a walk. Maybe even take Schwarber for a walk, but he only got 1 walk. So I'll find me somebody else to parlay for a walk. But for sure, Marcus, Bo, Francisco, I'll say Francisco. Well, I'll say Bo first, Francisco second, Marcus third. Jerry Young is kind of like a sleeper. Juan Soto is the chalk guy for this game. Now, in the last vulnerable game, oh no, not the last vulnerable game, sorry. Sean Burke or Sheen Burke versus New York Yanks. Oh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, my bad. New York Yankees, 2 home runs allowed the last 5 games, 6 to lefties, 3 to righties, 18 to left, 14 to right the past 2 years. We know we got wind blowing out 16 miles an hour to center field. Nothing to deteriorate us from that. We called Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldsmith yesterday. Paul Goldsmith is your heat check. Cody B is your heat check. Facing a righty. Um, so we know we want kind of a platoon advantage, even though he doesn't prioritize lefties the past 2 years. Lefties is giving more, getting more home runs, have a better ISO, have a better slug this year against them. So we're going with the lefty. Now we could potentially see a righty. Paul Goldsmith do it again. Ben Rice, lefty on righty, go to chalk person, should be able to do it today for sure. But Cody B is looking like the guy that we will be playing today, 100% for sure. Um, Jazz is your heat check as well. Crazy to say. I don't think we said him yesterday. I think we said him 2 days ago, or I maybe did. I'm not too sure. But take Jazz. If Spencer Jones play, you could potentially take Spencer Jones as well. With that fly ball rate going out to center field, he does have a home run in the center field as well. Jazz is kind of noodle army, so you have to be careful with him. I mean, he is your heat check, but you guys know what Jazz is capable of doing. He can either go yard or keep selling like he's been doing. Um, Maros Rio isn't a bad choice as well. So be honest with you guys, I'll go this: Ben Rice, Paul Cody, uh, Ben Rice, Paul Goldsmith, and Cody B. I'll say Ben Rice, Cody, then Paul Goldsmith is the order I will keep it in. Um, my bad. Ben Rice, Paul, Ahmed Rose Rio, Cody Bellinger, Jason Dominguez is your danger baddest in your stacks. Ben Rice, Paul, Cody Bellinger, Ahmed Rose Rio, Jason Dominguez, Jazz, Spencer, Jose Caballero, Max. Jose Caballero is kind of in the stuffy as well. Um, but we go with the people that we said we're going with: Cody, Ben Rice, Paul. Ben Rice the favorite, but he's the chalk, so we go Cody, Paul, and then Ben Rice. If you want another name instead of having the chalk, Cody, Paul, I'll say Cody, Jason Dominguez, then Paul. If you're not liking Paul, take Spencer Jones if he plays. But that's just the three: Cody, Paul, Ben Rice. Ben Rice is the favorite slash chalk. Outside of Ben Rice, it goes Cody. Then Paul is the sleeper, I guess. Brian Weathers. Brian Weathers versus Chicago White Sox. 9 home runs allowed the last 5 games. To the right. I mean, to the left, 13 to right, 5 to lefties, 17 to righties the past 2 years. Mainly giving up to righties. No, Costa Montgomery is our heat check. Lefty on lefty does crank off of lefties, but he barely gives it up to lefties. You could have that one lefty that does get it done, which is Costa Montgomery. Miguel Vargas seems like the go-to in this situation. We need a righty, and we need a righty bat. Randall has hits off of the pitcher making contact, only struck out once. Braden Montgomery haven't faced the pitcher. Um, Decent off the pitch mix, not a lot to go off of. He is the righty. Chase has been doing his thing the past few days. Cranked the 1 home run, kind of on a straight bet value. Everson Pereira, kind of in the same boat as well. Not a lot to go off of. Haven't really been doing a lot. Was on a heater to start the year, kind of on a slump right now. Drew Romo. Romo haven't really did anything as well. Been a while since he did something. I'll say it's been about a month. That past 30 days, so he's not the best. I'll say Miguel Vargas is your best choice right now. Randall, and then you can go Braden. If you're not liking Braden, swap Braden out for Colston. Personally, we can't not like Colston just because he don't give it up to lefties. Um, we do have a little bit of wiggle room with 5 home runs to lefties the past 2 years. I mean, that's nothing compared to the 17. But when blowing out center field, Colson Montgomery being a contact merchant does have hints of being a home run merchant, contact merchant as well. Very disciplined at the plate. Don't really chase a lot. Has a 30% K rate, but his chase rate is super. Oh, he has an average chase rate. So I'll say Colson is a nice choice being pulled as number one as well. Your runner up can be Miguel Vargas, then Randall. You're not liking Colson, stick with Miguel, Randall, and then Braden. Yeah. Back, Colson, Miguel, Everson Pereira, Randall, Drew, Braden, Andrew. Very last one of the game. Still, I almost said Stillwater. St. Louis versus Kansas City. 5 home runs allowed the last 5 games. 6 to left, 8 to right. 9 to left, 24 the past 2 years. So has a low K rate. 5 home runs allowed. 6 to left, 8 to right. Kind of giving it up to lefties a lot more this year than we seen last year. Only 3 to lefties. This year, you gave up double. Um, and he's given up half the home runs to righties that he given up than last year. 16 last year to righties, 8 to righties this year. So can be the same thing as yesterday. Kind of want a lefty and righty. So Michael Macy has contact off of the pitch, only struck out once. Carter Jensen haven't faced him. Is your heat check lefty on lefty as well? Um, Carter Jensen cranks off of lefties a little bit. Nope, no home runs off of lefties. I lied. Jack has a few home runs off of lefties. He is the day late. Lane Thomas has hit, struck out once. Lane Thomas is your heat check as well. 4 days in a row, I think. Nope, 2 days in a row. My bad. I got the hiccups again. Salvi, day late. Mikael Garcia, sleeper, long shot. Take him for a walk. Got walked 3 times. Haven't been doing anything. Got walked yesterday as well. You could take him for a walk. Now, Juan Soto and Mikael Garcia for a walk lay. Mikael Garcia is kind of risky with that. Um, but I'll say Lane Thomas, Dalvin, and let's go Jack for the day late. Lane Thomas, I'll be Jack for the day late. Could potentially see Bobby do it. I'll say take Bobby for 2 bases. Um, Mikael Garcia as well. You can take him on a straight bet if you really feel like he's gonna go win parlay him, risk him being in a parlay and selling it. You have your heat check. John Rave is well cranked first at bat yesterday. So he checks his John Wave, Carter Jensen, Lane Thomas. Picks is my bad. I keep doing that. My bad. We got danger batters. John Rave, Michael Macy, Carter Jensen, Jack, then Bobby Witt. Stack, John Rave, Michael Macy, Salvi, Bobby Witt, then Carter Jensen, Nick Lockton, Jack Lane, Thomas Mikael Garcia. I'll say, like I said, Lane Thomas, Salvi, um, Michael Macy, or Jack. Lane Thomas, Jack, Salvi, day late. Jack is your day late. Salvi is the favorite. Lane Thomas is your Jack slash your long shot again. Can also take these people in this order if you want to. John Rave, he haven't hit off of lefties, but we don't have anything to really go off of when it come down to him. Only 23 at bats against lefties, 2 at bats against lefties this year. Michael Macy cranks off of lefties. 1 home run against lefties though, not than last year. So it's not like he's very good against lefties. Have a higher K rate against lefties than righties, but it's Matthew Liberatore that we're talking about. Wind blowing out 8 miles an hour. That's what we're going with. Noah Cameron versus St. Louis. 3 home runs allowed the last 5 games, 3 to lefties, 5 to righties as of this year. 8 home runs to lefties, 18 to righties the past 2 years. Jordan Walker has a home run against the pitcher. Did fly out yesterday, 391 feet, which is crazy. Liking Jordan Walker hold the platoon advantage, and he does give it a majority to the righties. You have Alec Burleson, who has faced the pitcher, has contact, struck out once. Could be a day late slash sleeper, lefty on lefty. Not really ideal. He does crank off lefties, have 1 home run against lefties. So Lars Newbar has, I keep doing that, my bad. Danger batters, Jordan Walker, Alec Burleson, Blaze, Jordan, Nelson Velasquez, Lars Newbar. Stack is Jordan Walker, Blaze, Jordan, Nelson Velasquez, Alec Burleson, Lars Newbar, Ivan Herrera has hits off of the pitches. It is righty on lefty. He has got walked once and have a double. It could be Jordan Walker, Ivan Herrera, Alec Burleson. Again, I know that's kind of the same go-to that we had yesterday. Could see a sleeper do it, such as Lars Newbar, Nelson Velasquez. Kind of heavy on Nelson Velasquez, especially he holds the platoon and cranks off of lefties. Um, but yeah, Pedro Pages has a hit off of him. Not really striking out as well. We know that he's kind of like a sleeper, icky guy. I'll personally say just Jordan Walker, Alec Burleson, Ivan Herrera. Swap out anybody for who you're liking. For anybody, just come here and do your own research on those people. And then, yeah, that's the last vulnerable game. So now going in that timely order for the games. Toronto versus Boston. Trey Savage is a dog, has been on the decline, giving up a lot of home runs as of this year. Now he's starting to get chilled. Last year he wasn't folding in the playoffs and the World Series. He wasn't really giving up home runs. Didn't give up home runs at all. But this year, 1 game he gave up 2. Then he allowed another one the very next game. So we could see him kind of breaking out of that ace form, getting shelled a lot. To the lefties, one to righty, to the left, one to right the past 2 years as well. Potential rain in this game, 20 to 25% chance of rain. Um, but the wind is blowing out to left field a lot. So if that rain doesn't happen, it will be a super nice game. What's the Contreras? They late flew out yesterday or kept grounding out yesterday. Got walked, got you a hit yesterday. It's that your danger batters Wilson Contreras, JD, Rafaela, William Brew, Andrew Monasterio. Stack, Wilson Contreras, JD, William Brew, Andrew Monasterio, Connor Wong, Rafaela, Nate, Caleb Durbin, Carlos Narvez. I'll say Wilson Contreras, JD, William Brew, same thing. Okay. We want our power hitters against 5. So going with power, William Brew. JD has history having struck out, making contact against them. Wilson Contreras has a hit against them, has a double as well. William Brew, Rafaela haven't faced him. William Brew only struck out once. So William Brew, JD, Wilson Contreras. The other side, Sonny Gray gives it up to lefties and righties. 4 to left, 2 to right this year, 14 to left, 17 to right the past 2 years. 2 home runs allowed. The last 5 games, Jesus Sanchez has faced them, has a hit off of him. Springer is our day late. Does have a home run against the pitcher, got walked 4 times. So you maybe see for sure Springer and Juan Soto get walked. I would say that that's a walk lay, 2-man walk lay so far. I know it's kind of random, but I had to put that out there. Your danger bat is Akamoto, Valenzuela, Jesus Sanchez, David Snyder, George Springer, Stack, Akamoto, Brandon Valenzuela, Jesus Sanchez. I go Ernie, Clement, Kurt, Charles McAdoo, David Snyder, this Springer. Ago is being pulled lefty on righty. Ago can be a nice little sleeper and pulled top 4 for some reason. You got to see something that I don't see. You got to know something that we don't know. I'll go take him as your sleeper. Um, George Springer is your favorite today. I would say Akumoto. Akumoto can get it done. Does look very nice. Choosing him the past 2 days now. Um, David Snyder haven't faced him yet. I'll say Jesus Sanchez. Let's get that platoon advantage going. Jesus Sanchez, George Springer. Then Panago as a sleeper. Akumoto and Brandon Valenzuela isn't a bad choice. Brandon Valenzuela can be a straight bet. 10 for 75, 20, 1500. Can't beat that. I mean, not 1500. Jesus, where's my math? 20 for $150, bro. Can't beat it. People out here working for that. That's one thing I want to say as well, guys. Off topic, but when it comes down to your straight bets, man, look, making $100 a day off a straight bet off of $5, $10. Gotta think about it. If you do that every day, if you take $90 in profit every single day, within 10 days, that's $900 you'd have made. 20 days, that's 1800. 3 days, that's 2700 you'd have made. I mean, 30 days, not 3 days. 30 days, that's 2700 you'd have made off of just straight bets, off of a straight bet. If you find a favorite straight bet for the day that can return you at least $90 in profit, on guys, we have to start being a little bit realistic. It's people out here busting their ass for that. Sorry for my language. I said I was going to clean it up, but I have to be full transparent. It's people out here working, slaving, um, doing anything to see $100 in a day potentially. We never know what people are going through. I get that's their own situations. Not trying to be like preachy or none of that, but hey, start being grateful. Don't be ungrateful. You guys see me, my $5 to 50, I'll take it. $5 to 40, $5 to 70, whatever it is. Hey, people out here working hard, slaving, working for hours for this, and I can get it just off of making a little bet because I have knowledge. Come on, man, it don't get better than that. But those are the three that we're going with. George Springer, Jesus Sanchez, the Panago is our sleeper. Like I said, Akamoto and Venezuela isn't a bad choice. Very next game, Cleveland versus Milwaukee. Parker has allowed 3 home runs the last 5 games. 2 to the left, 6 to the right, 3 to the left, 9 to the right. So pretty much giving it up to righties. Um, your danger batters is Jackson Cheerio, Jake Bowers, Gary Sanchez, Bryce Harang, Andrew Vaughn. Stack, Jackson Cheerio, Gary Sanchez, Jake Bowers, Andrew Vaughn, Bryce Harang. Jackson Cheerio is the go-to. He checking itself. It gave us 6 home runs. Yeah, 6 home runs the past 7 games, which is actually crazy. Um, loving Jackson Cheerio today. Pitcher primarily throws a fastball, changeup, sinker. We know that can be Bryce Harang, kills the fastball. Only 1 home run against lefties, but he kills the fastball. He loves the fastball killer. Um, the stack is saying Gary Sanchez, Jake Bowers. Gary Sanchez haven't faced the pitcher. Same thing with Jake Bowers. Jake Bowers have 2 home runs against lefties. Have a low K rate. Decent against the pitch mix as well. So I'll say not a bad look. You maybe see Andrew Vaughn do something though. Vaughn is a heat. I mean, not a heat check. He's a sleeper. More on the straight bet side. 5 to 25, 10 to 50 if you guys want to. Um, Boza Platoon is the righty. Gives it up to righties. Not a bad choice. Cooper Pratt, 100% ground ball rate. William Contreras. So William Contreras, Andrew Vaughn can be like your sleepers. But I'm liking Gary Sanchez. I mean Jackson Trio, Gary Sanchez. And then it's between Bryce Harang or Jake Bowers. Really, anybody from the same group against Parker. He's not the best pitcher. Past few starts as well, only average around 4 to 5 Ks. Yeah, 4 Ks. I would say gave us 6 twice out of those last 5 games. Every other game was 4. So, um, Jackson Cheerio, Gary Sanchez, either Jake Bowers or Bryce Harang, Andrew Vaughn, or somebody else that I named. Don't really matter who you take. Um, Not a bad choice. Playing in the dome as well with that game. Cleveland, Daniel Sneeman gave us a walk off. I think I said Brian Rocio instead of Daniel Sneeman yesterday. Uh, but this pitcher has allowed 2 home runs the last 4 games, 0 to the left, 3 to the right, nothing to the left, 3 to the right the past 2 years. So pretty much just giving up to righties. Said your best isn't the hottest. Bryce Hoskins look amazing against that pitch mix. Not sure about the zone location. Um, covers 5 zones actually. Not bad. Khalil Watson, sleeper, getting called up from the minors, I'm guessing. Um, Look out for him. Not really a lot to go off of with this team, to be honest with you guys. So your danger batters is Rice Hoskins, Gabriel Rice, Khalil Watson, Cal Mazzardo, Travis Pisano. Your stack is Gabriel Rice, Rice Hoskins, Daniel Sneeman, Ryan Rocio, David Fry, Snow Hedges. I'll probably just say take your top three. Gabriel Rice, Rice Hoskins, Daniel Sneeman. No, that's not the best advice to be given. Like I said, their bets isn't that high, bro. Not really a lot to go off of with that team. Baltimore, Seattle. We know we seen Dominic Canzone go yesterday. He's a heat check. Um, Thunder went yesterday as well. Was our choice. Um, but Shane Bass, 2 home runs allowed the last 5 games. 4 to left, 4 to right this year, 13 to left, 21 to right the past 2 years. Kind of leaning on lefties, but 50-50 this year. Have a high count to lefties, kind of leaning on righties. But 4-4 this year. High home run count to lefties as well. Dominican zone would be a nice heat check. Hold the platoon as well. Luke Rayleigh, haven't really been doing anything on a small decline. But we know what we say whenever Dominican zone goes, Luke Rayleigh goes next, or whenever Luke Rayleigh goes, Dominican zone goes. We see 11-12. Then he haven't did anything during that between the 12th to yesterday. We had Luke Rayleigh do something on the 11th. 11th, Luke Rayleigh did something. Haven't did something on 12, 13. If you guys remember my motto, you guys know what I'm talking about. Could be Luke Rayleigh today. Dominic Canzone, Luke Rayleigh, Julio, but your danger batters, Dominic Canzone, Cole Emerson, Luke, Julio, JP Crawford. Stack is Dominic Canzone, Luke Rayleigh, Cole Emerson, Julio, JP Crawford, Connor Joe, Josh Naylor, Mitch Garver, Caroline. Dominic Canzone, Luke Rayleigh, Cole Emerson. Go to today. Um, Ready and righty gives righties majority and against righty 6 righties the off passing righties. Like I'll say Dominic Canzone, Luke Rayleigh, Julio again, same as yesterday. I think we had Cal instead of somebody. Instead of Luke Rayleigh. Hunter Joe isn't a bad choice. Fly ball rate is super high. Can be a straight bet. Win. Nothing to deteriorate us because they're in a dome, actually. But yeah, Dominic Canzone, Luke Rayleigh, Julio. Go with them three. JP Crawford can be your long shot. Cal as well can be a long shot. Has hits against the pitcher, haven't struck out. Did kind of do his thing yesterday, but we know Cal is Brian Wu, Mr. Wu. 3 home runs, giving up the last 5 games, 6 to lefties, 3 to righties, 18 to left, 17 to right the past 2 years. We're going big meat Pete. Day late. Somebody needed on my chat yesterday in the Discord. I go. Should be able to go today. Brian Wu has a home run against the pitcher, make a contact, low K rate. Gunnar Henderson is your heat check. Has a home run off of the pitcher as well. Low K rate. Have been walked once. So those are the three that we're liking. I said I was gonna do my danger batters to my stack first, but know me, I slip up and do things out of order. Danger batters is Pete, Adley, Samuel, Gunner, Kobe Mayo. Stack is Adley, Samuel, Jackson, Colton, Gunner. Samuel Basalo being pulled isn't a bad pull. Lefty on righty, haven't faced the pitcher, or he has only has one strikeout, flying out a lot. But I'll just stick with my three: Pete, Adley, Gunner. Those are the three that we're liking. Samuel Pasalo, Jackson Holiday. Jackson Holiday is a heat check. He could be a straight bet, making contact off of the pitcher as well. Haven't struck out. So Holiday could be a nice straight bet on the heat check. Hogenkauser as well has a home run against the pitcher. So there's a lot of people that have home runs against Kobe. I mean against Brian Wu. But like we say, Wu can get to wooing. Um, Wu can get to wooing. Like he can give you a whole bunch of strikeouts. Recent start gave us 4, but we get the 1, 7, 9, 8. Yeah, that's when he's wooing. When Wu gets to wooing, he gets to wooing. So just be cautious with the guy. You can't take his K line. You can't take him to get shelled off of. We have a lot of batters that is shelling off of him. A couple of high bats on this team. That's starting to heat up. Not a bad choice. He the person you go with last, but not well the second to last game. Landon Root versus Atlanta. Or Landon Route. 2 home runs allowed the last 5 games. 2 to lefties, 2 to righties, 7 to left. Hate to write the past week. My bad. I keep trying to say something else while reading something. Um, I have a 50% chance of it being raining, so be careful with this game, or a 50% chance of it raining in this game. So be careful. When not really blowing out a lot to start it off, but then it starts to pick up towards the end of the game. If it's not raining, we can take this game. If it's raining, we can fall back, which has a high ground ball rate or fly ball rate. Gives it up to lefties. Matt Olson making contact off of them. Have a low K rate. Taking Matt Olson today. Big ball initial heat check went yesterday. Um, Michael Harris have contact off of the pitcher. Only struck out once. White haven't faced or he faced him. And let's see what Ozzy and Austin looking like. Dominic Smith faced them. Well, haven't faced them. Mauricio Dubon is your heat check. So the danger bet is Matt Olson, Drake Baldwin, Michael Harris, Jorge Mateo, Eli White. Stack that's being pulled: Matt Olson, Drake Baldwin, Michael Harris, Dominic Smith, Eli White. Ozzy's been put at the bottom. Um, Making contact, just not getting it out. Can potentially do it with that wind blowing out to center field. But we're liking our three: Matt Olson, Drake Baldwin, Michael Harris is who we go with. If you want to swap anybody, swap them out for Ozzy. Mauricio Dubon is your heat check. Don't forget that. Martin Perez, 2 home runs allowed the last 5 games, 2 to lefties, 4 to righties, 3 to left, 9 to right the past 2 years. So, like how we said, it is raining. Eric Case is Bryce Eldridge is a heat check. Willie Adames is a heat check. They'll call him out for the second game. Um, Top three spots. So it probably do be, well, Eric Case, Bryce Eldridge, Casey Smith, Jonah Cox, and Willie Adames is your danger batters. Stack is Casey Smith, Willie Adames, Eric Hayes, Jonah Cox, Bryce Eldridge, Rafael Devers. Giving it up to righties mainly, I'll say uh Casey Smith for sure. Willie Adames, maybe Matt Chapman. Is in his bag, have a lot of hits off of the pitcher, only struck out 7 times out of 25 at bats, 8 hits, 4 doubles. Definitely can get it done when blowing out to center field. Been in this Duffy the last 7 games, gave us 3 home runs. Definitely could do it. Um, So yeah, Matt Chapman. Well, Casey Smith is our favorite. Willie Adames is our second. Matt Chapman is a third. You can probably see Jonah Cox do it too. Mr. Cox. Has a high fly ball rate or ground ball rate, straight bet value as well. Now, last game, Los Angeles Athletics versus the Angels. Came through the athletic side because we don't have a pitcher, but our usual Nick Kershaw, Tyler's, Zach Geloff as well. Swap Tyler off for Zach Geloff. Now the Angels versus Gage jump 0 to left, 0 to right this year and the past 2 years as well. Bullpen pitcher wind is blowing out 15 miles an hour to right field. Uh, a lefty, so we want that platoon. Mike Trout cranking off for lefties this year. Zach Neto cranking off for lefties this year. Oswald Peraza cranking off for lefties. Our top 5 danger batters: Mike Trout, Zach Neto, Jose Siri, Donovan Watson, Oswald Peraza. Stack is Mike Trout, Jose Siri, Zach Neto, Oswald Peraza, Joe Adele. I'll personally say, of course, Joe Adele. Haven't faced the pitcher but look good against the pitch mix. Logan O'Hoppe. Haven't faced the pitcher but has a higher ground ball rate. The fly ball rate can be a sleeper. Ryan Grisham. Higher fly ball rate than ground ball rate. Not really sure the K rate because I'm not trying to sit right here and wait on it to low. Oh, not that bad against the pitch mix. Super sleeper. Went 2 days ago. Can't do it. A lot of righties on this team that can get it done, to be honest with you. I'll go Mike Trout for sure today. Zach Neto for sure. Zach Neto's in his Duffy. Went back-to-back days. He checking him for 3 days in a row. Take Zach Neto. Take Joe Adele. Joe Adele haven't really did anything. Mike Trout. Oswald would be like a sleeper, I would say. So Mike Trout, Zach Neto, Joe Adele, Oswald Peraza. Zach Neto is our favorite. Also take Vaughn Grisham, not a bad choice. Um, I'll go through and give you guys my favorite for the game. Can't do this side, so I'll just say Nick Kurtz and Zach Neto. Sleeper, I would say, would be Oswald Peraza. This game over here, St. Louis versus Kansas City. I would say Jordan Walker. Jordan Walker, that's my crazy. You guys know how I feel about Jordan Walker, but he's my favorite today. Putting feelings to the side, he's my favorite today from that side. If you want to go with a sleeper, I'll say Lane Thomas is your sleeper. San Francisco versus Atlanta. I already know Matt Olson. Casey Smith. If you want a sleeper, Jonah Cox, or like a good sleeper, Mauricio Dubon on the Heat check. Chicago White Sox versus New York Yankees. I already know Ben Rice. Miguel Vargas. If you guys want a sleeper for this game, I would say Paul Goldie or Spencer Jones as a sleeper, or Jazz actually. Paul Goldie or Jazz is a nice sleeper. New York Mets versus Philly. Oh, super hittable. Schwarber, Juan Soto, top two, of course. You guys want a sleeper from this game though? I'll say Marcus or Jerry Young. Marcus hit me and Jared Young or Derek Hill. Derek Hill, Marcus Simeon, or Jerry Young. Those are three for you. Pick whichever one you like and take off. Um, from this game, who am I liking? Who's my uh? I would say Pete or Dominic Kinzon from sleeper. I would say Al or JP. Um, Colton Cowser or Kobe Mate. You want choose your poison. From this side, from this game, of course, Byron Buxton. Your sleeper will be either Royce Lewis. I know not a sleeper. That guy is pretty much chalk, or Elias D. Um, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Jackson Cheerio. Your sleeper for this game, I would say is um Gabriel Rice or Rice Hoskins. I know Rice Hoskins isn't considered a way his performance. He would be a guys want like an actual sleeper. Go William Contreras or Kristen Yelich on a heat check. Toronto versus Boston. We already said we're liking Wilson Contreras today. There's our favorite sleeper from this is Panago. Actually, not attacking Trey Savage. It could be Wilson Contreras, but I'm gonna go George Springer as my favorite. George Springer, then Panago as a sleeper. And yeah, that's all for this video. 47-minute video. Now going over to your full spots, full slate. Top 10 threats: Byron Buxton, Juan Soto, Cal Schwarber, Ben Rice, Colson Montgomery, Miguel Vargas, Cody Clemens, Nick Curtis, Wilson Contreras, Bryce Harper. Now, if you guys want a slip for today, be careful. Um, it's a weird day, but I'll say Juan Soto can take um Ben Rice as well. But I'll say Juan Soto, Jordan Walker. Is that just a two-man base? Juan Soto, Jordan Walker, Jackson Cheerio, three-man. Lay could go like in that running. Byron Buxton, Miguel Vargas. Let's go Byron, Miguel Vargas, and uh, Byron, Miguel Vargas, or do we go Ben Rice on that side? Byron, Miguel Vargas, or Ben Rice. You choose on the second choice. And then we'll go. Let's go George Springer, Byron Buxton. And I would say Salvador Perez on the old man way. We're not liking Salvi. Take Mike Trout. So Mike Trout, Byron Buxton, George Springer. We had Juan Soto, Jackson Cheerio, and It was Juan Soto, Jackson Cheerio, and it was another J. I can't think right now. Yeah, I can't think of it right now, but that's all. Small slate today. Series closing out for a lot of teams. Be careful. Play your straights, play your heat checks, play your day lates. Run your bases. A couple pitches can get you some Ks. Make you a K, make you a K late, make you a builder. But that would be all for the video. We're closing it out. Again, small slate today. Be careful. I told you guys to do whatever you want to do because I don't like telling you guys what to do with your money. But be careful today. Um, could be a good day. Just like I said yesterday, be careful. It was a pretty good day, but wasn't the best day. 47 home runs wasn't a lot of like the big dogs, I guess I'll say. But yeah, closing this out.